Supreme, yo. You already know the vibes. Hey, yo, check it. I've been up for a minute. I've been feeding the dogs and shit, so. But yo, check it. I always hear people say, you gotta heal. You gotta heal, you gotta heal. Y'all do a lot of disrespect to the Almighty and don't even realize that you're disrespecting the Almighty. The word heal really means to stop. So they'd be like, heal to a horse or something like that, and the horse will stop. So people change the lettering around for you to incorporate as stopping as getting better. Still, heal, stop. Those words are words that have to do with slowing shit down. But quantum energy and light travels really, really fast. So if you slow down, you give something to get in the way. So your comprehension of thinking is allowing things to get in the way in between you and the divine. This is why people glorify getting sick and shit. They be like, oh, I'm sick right now. Can you do this for me? Like, I get it. But what I understood about not having nobody there for every single situation that's needed, like when I went through a lot of shit and I'm always by myself going through that shit, you more or less want that comfort opposed to needing it. And yeah, you can get so severe to where you need somebody to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? It can get to that point. But it's not a thing that you request, really. It's like, because your life was lined up right, you get that towards the end because you did right by people. And in this world, people try to choose who they be right to, hoping that they can ensure a better outcome, right? So it doesn't work like that. You don't get to like throw some people in the trash and then treat other people right and expect those values to balance out for you in the time that you think you need them and stuff like that. It don't work like that. You got to do everything because everything is created by divine. So you don't get to say, well, I ain't doing right by that dog. I ain't doing right by that cat right there. I'm gonna do right by the dogs. No, it don't work like that. You got to serve divine's creation in the unconditional aspect because you had nothing to do with them being put here, just like they had nothing to do with you being put here. So you don't get to come in between certain processes. So when people be saying they healed, I'm like, healed from what? Because divine didn't make no mistake. You did. So what are you talking about? Healing from your choices? That's not what you would say in that situation. You would say to yourself, I got to make better choices. You know what I'm saying? But see, because the world deals in convenience, it's conveniently readily available for you to say, somebody else caused this issue. Now, it's a difference when you separate it from some situation and you handled that correctly, and then somebody's coming behind you trying to destroy everything that you are. That's something different. That's a jackass right there. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying, get themselves in a situation because they're coming behind you after everything was already said and done. And I'm the type of person, I'm very blunt when it's over. You know what I'm saying? Not blunt to the fact that where it's disrespectful. No, I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean in one passage. And I'm not gonna elaborate on that or keep reiterating the same thing. I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and I'm gonna leave it there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that be the real truth that most people don't want to act like they know or hold some type of value to, because some people hate losing. So I'm not the type of person that chase behind shit. Like, you're not gonna talk to me crazy and then demand me a certain way of living and then think I'm gonna be sitting around like, okay. Nah, you treat me wrong and you tell me you tired of this and you done, I'm gonna leave. I ain't gonna argue with you. That means there's not enough love in this situation to sustain it as a value. And I've experienced that before with different people that I was with. I experienced them thinking that talking loud and disrespecting you was a form of communication, and that shit ain't gonna never fly with me ever. You cheating on me is not gonna make me want to love you more. You know what I'm saying? Like, they give you the most craziest excuses to why they do wrong shit to you, and I'm like, nah, you just basically told me I wasn't important no more, so I can't be with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, while I'm with you, I love the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all for you. But you're never going to do something outside of that contract that's going to make me intensify the love for you. Like, I won't be like, yeah, that made me want you even more. That disrespect or that cheat just made me want to fight for you. Like, I'm not an animal. So I'm not going to be out here like, I'm the main animal. Nah, I'm not doing that dumb shit. I stand on my own because I can, not because I'm trying to express the value of being great. That's something different. See, you got people who like to show that they great and people who just do it because they got to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, not for nothing, starting a fire in the woods, it may seem like an event to some people who are freezing. At that point where y'all in the woods, they cold, we wish we had a fire, and then you automatically start a fire, and they like, yay, yay, they cheering you on, you feel good about yourself. But that's not a commendable thing. That's something you should know to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, people, they want rewards for shit that you should know how to do naturally. You a natural person, so you should know how to go in the woods and plant stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a natural person, so you should be able to go in the woods and identify certain quick foods. This is a reality. So loving should be apartheid to your nature. Having common sense should be apartheid to your nature. Like, you shouldn't get pat on the back for doing something that is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't be caring about a lot of shit because I be like, yo, you supposed to know that. And what the fuck are you healing? Like, I got to go back to that again. Like, what are you healing, yo? Like, you're not healing anything. You take the time to think how you want, and the outcome of what you focus on brings you a detriment. So now you tell me I got to heal from No, the only thing you heal from is belief. You get to heal from belief. That's understanding, right? And if you want to call that healing, that's fine. Once you don't know, now you know, so now you can do different. There's no healing involved in that. You may speculate on something that you thought you knew and be like, wow, now I know different. That's how thinking works. So sometimes you can think and believe in somebody because you like them that much that whatever they say is law to you, not even knowing that what they saying to you is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting there like, okay, and you go with it, and then you look up 10 years down the line and you just a fucked up individual by following behind stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, was it Larry, Moe, and Curly? They was all dummies. You know what I'm saying? But they kept following behind each other, so they kept fighting each other because they was all stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it became a good TV show to watch. Larry, Moe, and Curly be stupid in society. When you seen them coming, you knew it was something dumb. Most people, they get stuck in these realities and don't realize that your best friends are Curly and Moe. You know what I'm saying? So you got to realize where you at and what you doing if you want to get through life in the right understanding. If you can't see that, then you don't see yourself. You know what I'm saying? You'll never see yourself because you're too busy looking for something to blame. And ultimately, it's not about blame. It's about the choice you made. Larry chose to hang with Curly and Moe. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look at the outcome. Larry said, I'm hanging with them. Yeah, because stupid is as stupid does. You attract what you are. You know what I'm saying? So until you do something dynamic to separate that as a value, until you say, all right, I understand that I'm only with these people because it's a part of me that's shining outside of me. I'm only around these people because that's a part of me that deals in this low particular type of energy. What the fuck are you healing from? I'm just saying, what are you healing from? It's not a healing situation. It's a choice situation. It's something that you like to do that doesn't serve your best good. You give a fuck what it feel like. You know what I'm saying? Why are you doing it? Crackheads love how crack feel. That don't mean they should keep smoking. You know what I'm saying? They make their body feel and they be wiggling and they grabbing on themselves and some of them stuck in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not make them feel something, but it's not the best thing for them to be feeling. You get what I'm saying? So that is a reality. That is a reality. So majority of the time you can be a sex addicted person. You can be a person who's addicted to being around people who always cheer you on, or we got yes men, right? People who yes men you to death. You're addicted to those type of people. Oh, you cool, you the man, and da-da-da-da. You love that energy, you know what I'm saying? People who will bow down to you. People find addictions and all types of values. You know what I'm saying? Sex addict. They don't need nothing from you. They don't need, the person don't need they don't need no commitment from you. They don't really need to be around you like that. They just want some sex. And they know that you're a sex addicted person. So every time you come around, you're gonna want to have sex. So they like, shit, this like free money right here. I can get this whenever I want without no commitment because you a sex addict. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody taking advantage of you because you're sick. You know what I'm saying? That's like a person fucking somebody who's a Down syndrome patient. The only thing that girl know is sex, but she's Down syndrome. So because you come around and she says sex, you look around, you like, all right, I'll fuck her. No, that's not how it is. You're taking advantage of that person's sickness and having sex with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, the true power is understanding when somebody's weak to a value. When you can see that they're weak to a value and you don't take advantage of it. That's where your light grows at, because you saw you could have done something, but you chose not to. That's the difference. Being faced with a situation right against you, and you know there's nobody paying attention, but you choose to act on it. So that's not saying that you're wrong, and that's not saying that you're right and they're wrong. That's saying that the sickness that you deal with in your head that allows you to think effed up about yourself, it has you placed around people who don't really give a shit about you, and you think that they do because they smile in your face. No, they're taking advantage of your stupid. They're taking advantage of your sickness. They're taking advantage of your weakness. They're taking advantage of what you don't see as a problem in your life. So they will subsidize that issue, and you'll be like, nah, they cool because they didn't look out for you. They fed your issue. And you see that as something good. They fed your issue. So what are you healing? You can't even get to the part of what's broken in you because of your choices. Shit get real deep. I ain't about to go super, super deep right now because I was about to twist up and sit in the sun and meditate. You know, but y'all got to be mindful of just always reiterating the value of not comprehending where you need to structure your change at. Why you think people they be really scared of somebody who will really love them? You know why? Because we gonna really do the work together, for real. And then now you really got to look at it. You can't just be like, oh no, it's whatever. You can't make up excuses. No, that person gonna really look at it with you and is gonna see what feeds that in different aspects around you. It's gonna see that you're eating those things from certain people. And it's going to see that in you. And it's going to be like, why are you taking that from them? Why are you dealing with them? You know they ain't doing nothing but feeding your ego. Oh, that's not what it is. And you'll downplay it because you're not seeing yourself as being broken in that aspect. But all these things that are resonant to that circumstance or that particular circumstance that you may not see as it's branching off to other qualities, that person can see that coming through different aspects. So they're like, why would you do that? That's going to hurt you in the long run because it's the same thing as that hurts you when you're in this situation. So it's the comparison role. A person who loves you can see through all that. They can see the different values of those things. So you'll get tired of hearing the comparison of your brokenness. No, that's the road you walk towards. It's supposed to be tough to go fix that because that's your inlaid brokenness that tracks to everything else that will be broken in your life. So you don't see that as a road going back to your main source. You just see that as, I don't want to focus on that right now, and these other manifestations that are speaking to that same thing can stop at that point. So you can have that looked at, but as long as it don't go to the core. No, the core is what got to get ripped out. You got to pull the pus out the pimple from the bottom. You can't just pull a little bit of it out. You got to get it all out or it's going to keep coming back. So a person who really loves you take the time to see how these things are coming. And that's what love does. It focuses attention. So when you're in love with somebody, the attention changes from the world to you and that person. So now that person's thought pattern is your well-being. And what that person can do to strengthen that inside of you, like make you better on all, like, I'm going to do this, we're going to do that, you're going to be healthy, you're going to be able to run, we're going to be, and it's like an excitement that comes with that because you love that person. But when other people see that you're being loved, they know that they don't exactly love you that way in a full totality. They kind of enjoy feeding your vices or feeding the things that are negative in your life. So they'll get mad when you have someone that's around you because they're not going to leave a space for them to feed the bullshit that doesn't serve you. Because that person is going to see that. That's why they're mad. They're like, oh, you got somebody like that. They're eventually going to see me for not being somebody of value to you. So now I got to turn you against them. That's how that works. So then people start running their mouth and running their mouth even more. You start telling all your personal business and all that. You start expressing how you feel about things that are personal to you and instilling it in places where that's not a value at. No, they tearing you down. That's what it looks like to tear you down. That's what it looks like. I don't make this shit up. That's what it looks like to destroy you. You know what I mean? And that's the difference in between having someone that cares about you opposed to someone who says that they care about you. So like I said, I ain't about to hold y'all and go too deep. We already 15 minutes in. You already know the vibes, man. It's Naga the Wise. My job here is just to bring clarity. I'm a Cancer, so I'm a cool. On the cool surface of the water is just a reflection. You know what I'm saying? So when it's a good still day, that water just reflecting back. So you can look at me and think what you want, but all those thoughts is just you looking at yourself at the end of the day. So I ain't gonna hold y'all, just trying to show you something, man. Naga the Wise, you know. And with me understanding myself, me learning myself, I thrive off somebody loving me. If somebody loves me unconditional, I turn into like a mad scientist. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing I can't do when I'm loved all the way. There's no boundaries, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I could be loved without nobody causing problems in my shit. Yeah, we'll become superheroes and shit fucking with me because that's just the type of person I am. And that's all I ever wanted, was to be loved. Fully. Unconditionally. But there's people that see me being around as more important because the energy that I attract, and they try to siphon the energy that comes off me that brings good things. They try to siphon that and redirect it to make them have a good life so they don't have to do anything. And they'll still lie and cheat. These people have been around my life like this forever. So I've kind of been, I kind of need a love that equals the value of wanting to love me and protect me. I can fight for myself, you know what I'm saying? Divine always got my back. But have somebody that stands with you in that divine energy, it just repels that much more off you. And anytime I got with somebody, the first time they heard something by somebody outside of that, they wanted to believe it. I knew every relationship I was in was always a competition. It was never like, I'm on your side. They too busy looking for a reason to say, I was right about you. Never just got loved unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? And I beg to differ if it's even out there for me. I want it. Believe me, I want to see what that feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like, just love me for me. Don't love me because you can get something from me, or love me because you can lie to people and act like my knowledge is yours, or love me because you seen some paperwork of mine and now you want to take some shit from me, or love me because somebody done told you my personal business and you feel like you can steal and ride from me, or you found this out about me and you think if I don't know this then y'all can come up. Like, that's all I ever had around my life forever. I never had genuine nothing. Genuine nothing. It was always what a person can get from me. You know what I'm saying? Family will do something for you as long as you paying them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I crave for genuine people in my life. I crave for genuine friends, genuine love. Like, just to see what that feels like to be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was saying in my joint last night, I never tell people if I got real friends these days or real love. I never tell nobody because I don't want it to be tainted. I don't want it to be tainted. And then I start thinking, like, maybe it needs to be attempted to see if it can be tainted, because that'll show the test of it, like how strong it is. So sometimes you want people to step out the blue and test those things if it's real or not. Let them take it, because if it can be taken, it's not for you, right? But just because they got kinks in their armor don't mean they not good for you. That just means their weakness was strong enough to deter them. And I start thinking, like, what if I had to help protect them a little bit more to give them clarity on what was happening? I try to take some of the responsibility, and divine, like, no, some people, that's just how they are on the inside. They was already going to check out if something happened. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't going to be there if it got rough for you. That's what they're showing you. Learning to comprehend what little nuances is the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't come from a place of tearing down nobody or trying to big myself up. I come from a place of wanting genuine connections, genuine love. Like, you know, somebody look at you with those eyes and see, you can bring the best out of people sometimes. I've seen smiles on people's face that they won't give nobody else. You know what I'm saying? You be like, look at you, and that's a genuine smile. Like, it's hard to make a person smile from their heart. But you know when they really happy that way because it comes out different. It's not like a forced laugh or you made them laugh. It ain't like that. It's like when they happy genuinely, that's a hidden spot. It's like you access a door, and only real love can do that. But when you spot it, you'll let them know, like, yo, I seen that real happiness come out of you. And then they remember that because they know they was happy at that moment. See, that be the difference. People be wanting that love, but you can't make a person feel really good. You're not doing nothing genuine to make them happy. It has to be about sex. It has to be about money. It has to be, those things come. The sex and all that comes. But if I'm making you your soul glow, everything else lines up. The sex is going to be dope. The connection going to be dope. The conversation going to be dope. Anything we do together going to be dope because our souls are connected. So I think people, they got too far away from the point of what it means to connect. You know, and the aesthetics of life got important. Oh, I'm this, I'm tall, I'm short, I got the fatty, I got the da-da-da-da-da-da, and I got this. And all that don't matter. None of it matters. None of it ever did. And I thought it did a lot of times too in life. Like, yo, that matters. And it don't. But it can be used against you. You know, anything you say can be used against you. So females, they the quickest. They could say some snappy shit to you to make you feel this fucking big. That don't mean it's true. They just want you to hurt how they hurt at the moment. So that's as far as they get with that, though. They don't get to go and trample your name and destroy everything about you. At that point, when they wanted you to hurt, is as far as they can go with that. They can turn around at that point and say that. I wanted you to hurt because I was hurting. But if they can't do that, then they can literally throw out everything that's great for them. And that's what most relationships happen. That's what most friendship, family ships, and all that happens. Like, people get to that mentality to where you want to tear somebody down. But you don't want to say, nah, I just was mad. I was so mad at that moment. I said, fuck it. I don't want you to have nothing. I don't want life to be good for you. Like, and that came out of anger. And then you kept following it because you said it. So you had to stand on it. That's why a lie, you have to keep lying for another lie, lying for another lie. So that be the depths of that. One thing got nothing to do with the next. You know what I'm saying? It just be people can't let go of negative. And they said it and carried it so long, they don't know what else to do but be more fucked up. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. Just trying to show you something. Naga the Wise. I hope if my words are doing anything for anybody and they're helping you get through something, please support the channel. The information is always in the description. Leave your comments in the comment section. Now I'll show some likes and loves and all that. And let me know where you watching from. You know what I'm saying? I like to know who listening and where they listen at all around the world. You know what I'm saying? So you already know the vibes, man. Like I said, I ain't gonna hold you, just trying to show you something. It's always love.